Welcome to our program. We're so glad to have you with us this evening, and I have a wonderful show for you. I want to start off by letting you know we're going to be talking about veteran issues first, and then that's the first and second session. In the third and fourth session, we're going to have some members from the Nevada Site-Specific Advisory Board, and they're going to tell you a lot of things about the test site and how to become a member of this board, so you can find out more about what's going on out there. But before we get to that, I want to introduce my guest for tonight. We have two wonderful people. One you know because she's around town all the time, and that's Brandi Matheny.
How you
and
doing?
Brandi she's our Veteran Service Officer, and she's just doing a fantastic job. We need about 3 Brandis to make everything happen for us, but we're lucky to have her. And I'm so glad to have her. And Brandi?
How you doing, Doc?
Glad to have you here. And we also have, is this your boss?
No.
One of your bosses?
One of many.
One of many, okay. And this is Blake Boles, and he's fairly new to this program, but he's got a lot of information for us. So, Blake, we're glad to have you on the show today.
Thanks for having us on.
Okay, this is going to be fantastic. We've got a lot of information for you. So as I always tell you, we want you to have a pen and some paper to write down numbers, write down facts, write down all the information you're going to be given, because, and we might repeat some of it, but maybe not enough. So take those numbers down so you can always call and follow up on some of the things that we say. Initially, again, we're going to be talking about veterans, veteran issues, and things for veterans. Great. So with that, I'm going to start off. Who wants to speak first and tell us about what's going on in the world of veterans?
Well, last time we were on, Tom, we were talking about our NVA program.
What is the NVA program?
Our Nevada Veterans Advocate Program, and getting some more service or some more attention to this rural area and other frontier areas out here. So we had a really good turnout on our recent workshop, specifically from the Pahrump area. So there are quite a few volunteers out here that can put our veterans in contact with the right information for benefits, and with me as well.
Okay.
So that was a good turnout from our area, which was not expected. But
well, let me hit with one other thing too, because one time we were talking about the fact that you were here only 2 days a week.
yes, sir.
And you know, we needed Brandi more often. So what do we have now?
Now I'm out here 3 days a week. I just
3
picked
days.
up Wednesday's the new day out here.
Okay.
Same hours and same contact information and everything for the office. But now I'm out here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays in the
Monday,
Pahrump
Wednesday, and
office.
Friday. And what are the hours?
8 to 5.
8 to 5. And what is the number? What's a good number if they want to call you?
They can get me at 775-751-6372, or our main office line at 702-224-6025.
I hope you're writing these numbers down. You definitely want to get in touch with Brandi if you have any questions. Okay, go ahead and expand on what you were just saying.
Like I said, the workshop went well with our Nevada Veterans Advocates to expand our reach and kind of get more attention spread throughout the rural areas all the way up to Tonopah, Beatty, the areas where I'm not readily available all the time, but we do visit frequently.
And
What are some of the areas that you visit?
All the way, like I said, Tonopah, Goldfield, Gold Point, Silver Peak, Beatty, Amargosa. We kind of expand throughout the middle of Nevada as well. The areas that I can't get to, our Elko officer gets to, in Blake as well.
well, there's obviously Nevada having so much rural space, and veterans are scattered all throughout it.
All over.
And the veteran that is in Tonopah or Beatty is just as valuable and deserving of their benefits as someone in Las Vegas or Reno.
Absolutely.
So what we're trying to do is outreach to everyone. By the way, if anybody is watching this program and hasn't contacted us yet, by all means reach out and contact us, because Nevada is such a wide space. Really, it really is. And unless we used a phrase in the Army, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yes.
Sometimes. So you have to make yourself known. But we're trying to increase our outreach. One of the other things, along with having Brandi come in here to Pahrump 3 days a week now, because she's such a rock star here, I might add.
That she is.
Another thing that we're doing is with the Great Basin College, we're coming to an agreement to use their telecommunications and their internet video conferencing capabilities, so we can reach out to Tonopah, Ely, Elko County, all those places that it's really difficult for us to go. I think it's important for us to show a face, to have some kind of interpersonal connection, as opposed to email or text. It's what veterans deserve.
I like that. And I also like the fact you mentioned Great Basin College. We've had the director on the show as well, and we're going to have her back again because they have so many programs out there. And knowing that they're doing so much with veterans,
Oh, yeah.
I think veterans want to know that as well. So thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're happy to work with them. We're happy to work with anybody, really, that wants to work with us.
Okay, so veterans, these are your contacts. You have the numbers, and if you have any questions or anything else, especially if you have not contacted a veteran service officer to find out, just what are some of the things you've already earned by being a veteran, and they can explain this to you. Now, Brandi has some other help from some other service officers as well.
Throughout the Pahrump area, we do have a couple of the DAV volunteers.
Yes.
I have Miss Alice Lubers in my office as a volunteer and veteran advocate through and through. I think she were to bleed veterans, I believe, but she's a great help.
What is her name again?
Miss Alice Lubers.
Alice. I think I've heard of her. Now, Alice is wonderful. Alice is wonderful.
Yeah.
And she's a retired Army nurse.
Correct.
Lieutenant Colonel.
We'll keep the Army around.
Gee, thanks. I appreciate
But
that.
all our local advocates, volunteers, even if just answering a quick question, she probably doesn't realize for the most part that she is helping advocate for veterans or getting them in touch with the benefits or somebody that can get them the benefits they need or they earned. So anybody that helps us out is a big help. And I always try to put out, if you're not sure, just ask. Make sure you find out or don't hesitate to ask. I'd rather them get the right answer from us than just wonder or not know.
What are some of the things they should be asking?
I get a lot of questions. A lot of people want to know if they are a veteran.
Yeah.
A lot of that, they don't know if they're a veteran or a reservist or National Guard. They're not too sure. So that I even get the simplest, am I a veteran or do I even qualify? But what are my state benefits? What other entitlements may I have? Do I qualify for a VA home loan or property tax exemption through the state? Things like that, just basics.
A lot. Can I add on to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the biggest groups of veterans that don't identify as veterans are the female veterans in Nevada. They feel like because they weren't either in combat or gave the ultimate sacrifice, they just feel like, well, I wore the uniform, but I'm not really a war veteran. We're looking for anybody who put on the uniform and served their country. It doesn't matter where they served or what they did during their time. We want to talk to them. And I think it's important for them, especially female veterans, to identify themselves, to come out of the woodwork and let us know, that they're there so we can advocate for them and give them the services that they rightfully deserve.
Well, Blake, why do you think, and instead of asking Brandi this, I'm going to ask you, why do you think female veterans are not stepping forward and saying, hey, I'm a veteran?
I'm not sure. We're actually trying to figure that out. The couple reasons that we've heard are similar to, well, I never went to war, or my job was in admin, or others gave all and I just really didn't give all that much, or I never even got deployed overseas. These are some of the reasons, and they're unfortunately erroneous. If you're a veteran, if you decided to raise your right hand and give an oath and you served your country, you are just as eligible for these services as anyone else. So we're trying to figure out why they would do it. We wish they wouldn't do it. We wish they would come out and engage with us so we can engage with them.
Okay, now I'm going to ask Brandi. Brandi, why don't women come out more?
Personally, I couldn't tell you. Obviously, I jumped in feet first. But, you know, I can speak of when you first get out of the service, that's the last thing on your mind. You're trying to get reestablished, connect with the community, and get back in the swing of things, so to speak. So a lot of people don't readily identify because they're not used to it.
I also noticed, too, that many of the women veterans don't wear the veteran hats.
Correct.
They're more in the background, and I know I've talked to several about that. And I said, well, you know, that's just not me. I just want to be me. I want to enjoy my family. And I think later on they decide, well, hey, I am a veteran. So.
And it's not just female specific. We got a lot of stubborn service members that, you know, they want to save the benefits, so to speak, for they feel somebody more deserving. But they don't realize they sacrifice too. They sacrifice their time.
They deserve it as well.
Yes, sir.
I agree with that completely. And talking to a lot of female veterans, sometimes the male veterans are the ones who really put up that wall.
Yes.
And that definitely does not help, especially when a female veteran goes to one of our service organizations and are told, well, you know, you can join the auxiliary, because they don't ask, are you a veteran first? And yeah, it's very difficult for females to assimilate and be like the male veterans who just want to talk about what we did during the war.
Yeah.
So women, veterans, you're a veteran, and that's the key. That's the key that you need to remember. And we have the people here that can answer all those questions. If you have any question about your benefits or anything else, we want you to contact. We have the number on the screen, and contact Brandi, contact Blake, and just to see what's going on. And stand by for session number 2, and we'll be right back.